A few people from Tennessee. All right, very cool, very cool. Well, thank you all for joining us. And then let's see, next up. All right, we'll do a this or that. So you can either pick sweet or salty. Which one would you prefer? Declaring the annotation, let me see. Okay, there we go.
I don't know, Marcus. Sometimes I need a little bit of both. Like a peanut M&M, almond M&M situation. I think I need
somewhere right in the middle. There we go. Looks like you have somebody who agrees with you, Tiara. Amanda, is that in the middle or is that on the salty side?
It's in the middle. Very much a, caramel popcorn kind of situation happening.
Got it. All right, let's see. Sparkling or still? This is a great question that I get at many restaurants. See, this is probably a good one that applies to, consulting or working consulting. Are you a morning person or a night person? All right. See, we are currently in winter. It seems to be the longest winter ever. I guess that tells how I feel about that, but summer or winter? All right, another one that applies to work at Deloitte. Working alone or working in teams. Anybody interested in coming off mute and explaining their choice, whether or not they selected work, if anybody selected work alone, anybody want to kind of explain that choice?
I can explain mine, but I didn't choose working alone.
Okay.
I prefer to work in a team because I just think depending on what's going on or what aspect of the team can bring, like they just bring different things to the group. One person could think of different things, but multiple people can make something come to life.
That's facts.
Are we explaining like why we picked work alone versus work in a team?
If you did select work alone, what was the preference about?
I like to work alone because sometimes you do get team members. You can get like good team members, but you can also get really bad team members.
and they can bring you down. And sometimes I'm not a person that likes confrontation and stuff. So I would just rather like do it myself. And if it goes down, it's like all on me then.
I think there's one more, or maybe two. Coffee or tea? These are just personal preference. I won't ask for a story on these. And the last one, cat or dog? I myself am a dog person. Cats, I don't understand them. They always seem like they're up to something.
I was going to say, is neither an option?
No animals, right? Is that what that little heart is all the way out there? Neither. All right, so thanks for everybody for participating in that. Really just serves as an opportunity for you guys to interact with us and also, the platform a little bit. This is not kind of anything that we'll take with us out of there, but thank you for participating. Next up, do you guys still see all the annotations on your screen as well? Or is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we see the annotations.
Okay, let's clear that then. Okay, there we go. All right, so Deloitte, for you guys who are a little bit familiar, just learning a little bit more about the company, is a multinational professional services company. And what that means is that we operate here in the US, but then also in a few other countries around the world. And professional services means that we provide a variety of different essential services to businesses around the world. And one of those that we'll talk about specifically today is consulting, but in addition to those, we also have practices in our operating in the tax field, advisory, risk and financial advisory, and then also audit, or some other fields that fall under the big umbrella of Deloitte. We are probably the largest professional services firm by revenue around the world. And it looks like in 2020, fiscal year 2020, we were able to generate $47.6 billion in revenue worldwide, which is major, right? And essentially what we do when we say professional services firm, the easiest way to think about Deloitte is that we help businesses be better businesses. And we do that in a variety of different ways, in a variety of different avenues. But we do that through our people. So 113,000 employees here in the US alone. We have offices in 102 cities. And then also about half of that $47 billion that was generated worldwide was generated at the US, or excuse me, within the US. So we are, major players in the industry. Next up, as I just mentioned, when thinking about our businesses, there's four businesses that operate under the larger Deloitte umbrella. First is audit and assurance. And audit and assurance basically makes sure that businesses are in compliance with regulations, whether it be local, state, or federal regulations. Audit and assurance is making sure that those businesses are just applying those regulations in the way that they're meant to be. And then also they're auditing the practices that they have to make sure there aren't any flaws in the design. I'll skip over consulting for right now, come back to it. Risk and financial advisory looks at areas that are concerning to businesses in the areas of risk. Most of it, we have a pretty large cyber practice. So looking at, how businesses are able to mitigate any, exposure to cyber crimes or any sort of cyber risk that they would be exposed to, that will fall under our risk and advisory practice. And then we have tax, which essentially deals with how companies and organizations will, pay taxes and our compliance with any of those tax and regulatory components. Consulting, unlike the other areas, primarily again, focuses on how do we drive business, right? How do we create and generate new business opportunities? How do we make sure that we're responsive to the needs of our clients and to our customers? How do we help business grow? What areas and segments should we move into as a company? These are all things that clients and companies would come to consulting to figure out. So unlike, the other areas that primarily deal with like regulation and kind of making sure businesses stay out of trouble, consulting has a little bit of involvement in that, but really we're really focusing on how do we help businesses grow. And so when I said earlier about that professional services piece, helping businesses be better businesses, consulting really is where that happens within Deloitte. Just in terms of, thinking about reasons to join Deloitte. So unlike many other businesses around the world, and even in the US, Deloitte doesn't make anything, right? We don't sell anything. We don't have any apps or anything like that people would use or be familiar. The people that we hire, the people that work for us are our product, right? And so in order for us to grow, we have to, find dynamic and intelligent and really engaged people to do the work that we're asked to do by our clients. And so within Deloitte, we had this kind of roadmap that you'll go along, but you're able to explore your fit with Deloitte, especially in consulting. One of the really cool things about consulting is that outside of that first project that you're staffed on when you join the firm, you'll have the option to really pick things that you're passionate about, things that you're excited about. And so your skill sets and your interests can align with the work that you do. For example, I have one analyst who is working with the company to design drones that will help fight forest fires in California. So that's a really cool thing that you wouldn't necessarily have the ability to do in a lot of other fields. So exploring your fit, finding your passion, making a difference, all happen in that scenario that I just gave. And then learning from leaders. I've had the opportunity to work in several environments. And I can say from personal experience, I have really been wowed by the collective intelligence that exists here at Deloitte amongst our practitioners. Honestly, I'm not just saying this because I work here and I'm a recruiter, but really I've been so lucky and so fortunate to work with people who are really, really smart and really, really engaged in the work that they're doing over the past 6 months. And I find that to be personally rewarding. One, because it's really great to work with people who are intelligent and passionate about what they do. But then two, I think from a personal standpoint, it challenges you to kind of want to do better, want to do more. I think you surround yourself with highly capable, intelligent people, and you really have no choice but to yourself become highly capable, intelligent. It's kind of one of those things that it rubs off on you. And so surrounding yourself with people like that has really been one of the great perks and benefits of working at Deloitte. And if you didn't believe me, because we just met, there are other, people out there who are saying great things about Deloitte as well. So best places to work for parents, for consulting and professional services, individuals, another best place to work. LinkedIn topped companies in the US. We were ranked there in 2021. So, we're receiving accolades for the work that we're doing. So that's a really exciting thing as well. I'll pause there for any questions before we go into our next portion. If you guys want to come up, I do see a few in the chat. And I thank you, Amanda, for answering those. Anybody have any questions that wants to come off with mute? All right, so before we break out into our small group sessions to hear stories from Deloitte practitioners, we have two parts of our businesses on the phone, one being SE&O, which is supply chain and network operations, and then TSBT. I am very bad at acronyms, but I will have to look up for that one. It stands for Before They'll Go, and I'll introduce them as well. But we have Milton and Anya on the phone, who are here to talk about the work that SCNO is doing here at Deloitte, and then just to kind of give you a little bit of information about how you would go about navigating your way into that particular practice here at Deloitte.
Thank you, Marcus. So you guys hear me okay? You guys can hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank you. Awesome. So thanks, Marcus. Just wanted to quickly talk a little bit about supply chain. So our practice is really the intersection of operations and business. So we help our clients think through how do we improve our end-to-end supply chains, all the way from developing products to sourcing them, to the logistics from those products to being transported to our consumers, all the way through the end game. So really helping the end-to-end supply chain, helping to solve the complexities. You probably all have heard in the news how different, whether it's COVID or some of geopolitical issues, have caused issues with supply chains. We help our clients think through how to navigate those challenges and help to solve problems for our clients across industries. So as we think about technologies within supply chain, there's two things I want to call out. First is smart factory. So as we think about, we have a huge space in Wichita, Kansas, called our Smart Factory, and that's really how we marry our physical and digital solutions to change the way manufacturers operate. So think about manufacturing floors, think about plant managers and factories, and how we think about digital Internet of Things, analytics, to how to create intelligence to help reduce costs, improve efficiencies for our plant operation. So that's something you want to learn more about. Please reach out to me. And the second solution I wanted to call out is spin analytics, or looking at artificial intelligence to enable spin analytics. So think about how do we create a way to classify huge amounts of data in a matter of seconds, in order to come up with key insights to help your clients, achieve efficiencies and have a great experience for your clients. So those are the two things I want to call out. But I want to pass it on to Anya to talk about her experience and how being at Clark has helped her be a supply chain practitioner. So Anya, take it away.
Yes, thank you, Milton. So like he said, I'll speak solely on how the MBA program helped me with starting my career. At CAU, I developed a fabulous rapport with my professors that transform into very lasting relationships. I can email my former educators for guidance on a project, advice about work-related issues, or just the initiatives that I am working on at the moment. All of the courses that I took were definitely as equally as important, but two for sure, I'll briefly discuss for time purposes. The vast majority of my success on the first major project that I was a part of was due to what I learned in my logistics class with Dr. Kim. This was an automation project for Walmart. His ability to present information in an effective manner enabled me to produce process flows, understand test cases, create validation checklists, etc. And of course, this would be my first time doing any of that. The second class would have to be Dr. Boyer's behavior class that helped me tremendously on the project when I worked with the Walmart engineers to evaluate interfaces between hardwares and softwares and analyzing the operational and performance requirements of a symbiotic system, which is robotics. I was able to present great presentations as well as make recommendations to our client that would benefit their company in the end. So, of course, I could not have asked for a better university to prepare me for my career in supply chain. I had an amazing opportunity to learn from a group of educators who really did care about the academic success of their students. They were knowledgeable in their area of expertise and did not care to share knowledge in a manner that was easy to understand. What I learned from my educators, I am able to apply in my career daily, obviously. All of you are in the best position right now. What you are learning daily at CAU or Morehouse or Spelman will be put to good use into into your future in supply chain, or whether you decide to venture off somewhere else, your professors will definitely always be there to help you, even after your academic career has ended. And I am definitely here to help as well. I will type my information in the chat, and please feel free to reach out to me at any time. Thank you.
Thanks for that. I need to come off mute. I'm not sure. Do we have anybody on the call?
We have Kina who just joined the call.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Kina. I'm going to turn it over to you now to talk about technology strategy and business transformation and what's going on with that particular offering here at Deloitte.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Kenna Temeskin. I joined Deloitte as a campus hire right out of college. And prior to that, I had an internship with the firm, and that translated into a full-time offer. And currently, I sit within TSBT, Technology Strategy and Business Transformation. And just to give you all a bit of background, I went to school for an IT management degree, and that the reason why I chose IT management was really because, well, I guess to begin, I went to school to study biochemistry, thinking I was going to be a pharmacist. Obviously, that didn't work out because I hated my very long chemistry labs. And from there, I decided to try something that I, didn't know much about, which was at the time computer science and coding and technology. And so I went into IT management thinking, it would be technical, and going into it, I really didn't want to be a very technology coding focused person. And so I talked to different people about mixing business with technology. And so that's where IT management came into the picture. And after completing my degree in IT management, I came to Deloitte to join the ITS side of Deloitte. And since then, I have transitioned into consulting right now as part of TSBT. Really what TSBT does is helping clients unlock the business, or I guess the value of their business through technology. So we do a lot of strategizing on how to use technology to, to build better businesses, to really increase their shareholder value. So our projects include really looking at what their technology strategy should be, whether that's migrating to the cloud, whether that's having a different technology operating model. So we help our clients on a wide range of problems, and we solve their problems through technology. So we really look at it at, how can we increase shareholder value, or how can we solve our clients' problems through the use of technology. And so really, if you want a sweet spot between tech and business, I think TSBT is a great place to be. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I will definitely link my email in the chat. Feel free to connect on LinkedIn or send me any direct questions that you guys have, but hopefully we'll see you all at Deloitte someday.
Awesome, thanks for that. Does anybody have any questions about what they just heard, either from SEO or business strategy technology solutions? All right, hearing none or seeing none in the chat. What we're going to do next is go ahead and jump into breakout rooms. So essentially, we've broken up, sorry about that. There we go. We've broken out into 5 different breakout rooms, which you'll have the ability to join kind of at your leisure. Each presenter will spend 5 to 7 minutes kind of talking about the topic of the room, sharing their story about it specifically. If there is time for questions, you can ask those. But like I said, at the end, we'll come back for a round of questions in the Q&A portion. So the 5 different categories that we thought would be helpful and beneficial for you guys to hear about today would be company culture, transitioning from college to career, so making that switch from undergraduate to your first career, perks and benefits. So these are things outside of, the obvious ones, but just some of the joys that come along with being an analyst and a consultant here at Deloitte. And then the work you do / best assignment that you've ever been a part of. So that, particular topic, you'll get to learn a little bit more about the individual work that our practitioners are doing. And then the last one is how you'll grow with the firm. And so in that particular breakout session, you'll hear kind of like the avenues and the opportunities that are available to you to help you grow both personally and professionally here at Deloitte. So in a couple of minutes, any questions about that before we move on to the next portion? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open up the breakout rooms. You guys can self-select which rooms you want to go to. And then I'll send out an announcement when we're at like the 6-minute mark to just give everybody notice that we're about to wrap up. And then you can switch to another breakout room. There is also one for general questions, and I'll be hanging out there. So if you have any general questions that you want to ask, to me, you can join that room as well, okay? All right, opening all the rooms. Looking good, looks like people are joining the rooms. Okay, a few more people. If we have 9 more people waiting, do you are you able to access and see the different rooms that are available? If anybody wants to come off mute, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, Marcus, these are kind of like, to Dr. Brown, but these are kind of like faculty that are still here in the participant, right?
Got it. Okay, thank you so much.
Faculty and staff.
Anya, that was so good. The way you wove the technology piece into kind of your own personal experience. That's like exactly what we want for these breakout sessions as well.
Okay, good. I'm glad you liked it. After I talked to Milton yesterday, he told me just put my own spin on it and he'll handle the tech part.
Yeah, no, that was absolutely like spot on perfect. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it was good. Did you take note? Did you write that down, or was that just?
Definitely took notes, of course.
Okay, okay. I was gonna say maybe we share those with the rest of the team.
Okay.
Just in terms of helping them kind of craft their own story and their own message. But yeah, I was like, this is literally better than I could have asked for.
Perfect. Okay, I'll send it over to you.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, I'm going to jump into this. Oh, wait, not thing.
Excuse me, Marcus.
Yes.
So I have a question about the case interviews.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my research online, and I found out that there are like 3 types of case interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get like the same type of interview, or it depends on the position that you are applying for?
So yeah, it depends on the position that you're applying for. So for our full-time positions that we have available for the spring semester, we're recruiting for the Business Technology Solutions Analyst.
Mm-hmm.
And in that role, you'll participate in a 30-minute behavioral interview day one and a 30-minute case interview day one. That case on day one and the case on day two are actually very similar. The one on day two just has a few more questions that you'll go a little bit more in depth into. And so that the second day is 45 minutes instead of 30 minutes. But in terms of the format of the case, they're essentially the same, right? So you're presented with a prompt. The interviewer reads that to you. Throughout the process, you're able to take notes, and you're encouraged to take notes, as we talked about last night on the case prep call. And then from there, the interviewer will ask you a series of between like 5 to 7 prompted questions, and you'll provide a response to those questions as you move throughout the case.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Marcus. We're back.
All right. They're in their, I'm going to say, third breakout session, about to head into their fourth.
Oh, excuse me, Marcus. Yeah, I didn't get a link for breakout session.
You didn't say it one more time?
I didn't get a link.
It should be, actually, Jamie, is there a way that I can't see my screen? Can you direct him or tell him how to access the breakout rooms? They're open to everybody, so you can just join them freely. I didn't assign anybody. Is there anywhere that you want to go specifically?
No.
So at the bottom of your screen, there's some options, and you should be able to click on more and then click on join breakout room. Once you click on join breakout room, then there will be options for you to join that breakout room.
Okay, thank you.
A specific breakout room according to the topic.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Cynthia. I could definitely assign you to a breakout room.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Is there one in particular you wanted to go into?
Supply chain, please.
Supply chain. Let me see which one that is.
So supply chain is in a breakout room, but Anya might still be on the call. And she may be able to talk to you about supply chain specifically.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Let me go ahead and assign you guys to the general room, and then you guys can talk. Okay, there you go. Hello, welcome back, everybody. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
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 Awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Good. I hope everybody enjoyed the breakout session. We really put a lot of thought and effort into topics that we felt would be, impactful and really align with where you are in your college careers right now. So we hope we hit the nail on the head, so to speak, and that you enjoyed those. Just wanted to bring everybody back together really quickly, just to talk about a few of our existing opportunities and some things that are upcoming. So up there's my contact information. We have a couple of really great opportunities available to you all if you're interested in pursuing a career or learning more about Deloitte in general. For our first year and second year students, we have a really great program called DLAMP. It's a mentorship program which allows students to get paired up with two practitioners here at Deloitte. One junior member of our team, and that person will serve as an ambassador. And then another more senior member, a manager, senior manager or a principal partner, managing director, who will serve as a coach to that individual. And the goal of the program is to, familiarize the individual mentees with the services that we provide here at Deloitte and the work that we do. And then to also, just serve as an opportunity for you to find your way into different opportunities here that we have, whether it be internships or full-time positions. It's a really great way to kind of, set out and find your way here at Deloitte. The other two options that we have are discovery internships. And so these are internships for, again, our first year and second year students. Pretty similar in design. They are fully paid internships that we more than likely base out of our Atlanta office. We have a 5-week program designed for our first year students, and then a 7-week program designed for our sophomores. So really great opportunities there. As well, and on the next slide, there's actually a QR code that you can scan if you wanted to get more information about either of those programs. But they're new to consulting, not new to Deloitte. So our other businesses that we talked about before have been doing them for quite some time. Consulting finally was like, oh, that's a cool idea. We should probably do this as well. So the one there on the left is our freshman discovery internship and then our sophomore discovery internship. The QR codes correspond to those programs. The deadline for those is Monday though. So if you haven't applied for it already and are interested in it or have any interest in it, please go ahead and submit that application by Monday.
Yeah, Marcus, we can't see your screen.
No? Okay. It says that it's sharing. Let's see. Here, we'll do this. Screen 2, share. Can you all see that?
No, not yet. It says Marcus has started screen sharing, but we don't see anything yet. Oh, there it goes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for letting me know. So this is our discovery program. Again, those QR codes correspond to either our first year discovery program and then our sophomore discovery program. So be sure to check those out, really great opportunities. And you can be the first to ever participate in one at the consultant level. So that's another cool component of it as well. And then next up, we have our full-time role, which is our business technology solutions analyst. These are just some general things that we look for. It's not hard and fast as consulting. And so while these are desired skill sets and backgrounds, are not necessarily a requirement, with the exception of the GPA requirement. But we're looking for people who are info science, supply chain, industrial distribution, or management majors. Again, not to say that's where you have to come from, but if you do have that background, you will be a preferred candidate for this particular role. Minimum GPA requirement would be a 3.3. These are full-time, fully compensated positions. So we're looking for seniors or those of you who are graduated already. And then the resume drop date for this particular position is on March 4th, and that is a Friday. And then we'll start resume review when you all are on spring break and get back to you. Interviews are scheduled for all of these positions, with the exception of two different timelines for the discovery. I'll say the one that we're doing at the campus level. So the 17th and 18th of March will be the interview days for our full-time position and also our BTS discovery internships. For our strategy internships, they'll be doing those on the 11th. And those are just being taken care of at the national level. So you won't interview with our local team, you'll interview with practitioners at the national level. And then that wraps it up for me. Do any of you have any questions for the team before we go ahead and wrap up?
Oh, everybody did pretty good job at answering all the questions that we had. I want to just thank you, everybody, for their time.
That is what I like to hear. That is very good to hear.
Agreed. A lot of beneficial information was given and provided that shed light to myself. Speaking for myself, that I had no recollection of or idea that Deloitte had to offer. So I'm definitely appreciative for all of you guys for speaking with us.
All right. Well, if there are no questions, I don't think
I had a question.
Go for it.
Hi, my name is Indigo Williams. I direct message you, but I just wanted to know, are there any opportunities for juniors?
So for consulting in general, we typically like to do all of our recruiting for essentially all of our positions at the campus level in the fall. This year, because Deloitte is expanding at a really rapid rate and we have additional demand for some positions in the semester, we're going back to campus to recruit for those, but typically we would have wrapped up in the fall. And we did fill all of our junior internships in the fall semester. So we currently do not have any of those positions available. Those are actually really, really challenging to get. This is essentially had two as well. So
if I'm classified as a junior, but I've only been at Clark for 2 years. I got my associates in high school. So does that still, would I still fall under the line of junior?
Let's talk offline. I think in general, there is a little bit of wiggle room because it sounds like you have a pretty unique situation. So I don't want to say definitively yes or no. I think I need a little bit more information about your specific situation. So let's just connect. If you want to hang on for the call for a little bit after, we can do that.
Okay, I can hang out on the call for a little bit longer.
Okay, sounds good.
I just want to thank you guys for giving up time on your Friday afternoon to come and chat with us and giving us the opportunity to get to know you guys a little bit better. It's really been an absolute pleasure. You guys were all so sweet and asked great questions and we're super engaged. So we're definitely excited to keep in touch. You have all of the emails that were put in the chat. And if you missed anybody's email, feel free to reach out to one of us and we can share information with you if there was somebody who you wanted to talk more to and didn't get their info. So thank you guys so much. And I just commend you again for taking the time on your Friday afternoon to sit here and speak with us and really just thinking about your future. So thank you all.